All right, so next, this happens to be my favorite tool, um, and it's called Body of Glass. And I got a little picture of a glass man there. It's the best one I could find. Body of Glass is really, it's the closest thing to invisibility I think we can get energetically. One of the stories I have was from an old friend. It's many years ago. He was walking in downtown Berkeley, and for any down near the university, and for any of you who know California at all, if you go downtown by Telegraph Avenue and Haste and all that area where all the university students are, it's pretty intense. Anyhow, he was walking home from a club or a class or something that night, and he's walking down the street, and he was small. He was a small man, you know, shorter than I'm 5'9", so he was probably 4 inches shorter than me. And he hears someone like tracking him, walking in pace with him, a larger person, and he was really becoming kind of afraid. And so he kind of pulled off to the side of the sidewalk and just immediately started using Body of Glass. He was trained to use that and become, you know, just really wanted to feel clear and impervious to whatever energy was coming. And he just did that and stood still. And then the guy ended up walking by him, and he stepped out of where he was standing, and the guy just completely freaked out because he didn't even realize he was there anymore. So it's kind of an extreme example of someone being really good at doing Body of Glass, and then the person who was looking for them got really shocked and surprised that he was even there, more so than just someone stepping out of an area, because he had his eye on him for some time, and he should have known he was standing there, if you will. But Body of Glass for me is when I know I'm going to be dealing with really potent energy that it's sort of like the big guns. It makes, when the energy comes to you, when you think about glass, you know, and something hits the glass, it just kind of slides off. But it's more than just sliding off. It's like it goes through, and it can't stick. So like glass, you could put something sticky on, it would stick. But this actually goes through, like looking through a window, a clear window. So the energy has no way of sticking. And it just, again, it has this feeling of invisibility to it. And I think that is what makes it different than other tools, is that you feel undetectable. And so this is really helpful, especially if you work with entities very much, that they can't really perceive you either. It's kind of the cloak of invisibility, if you will. So how you do this, I'll describe it, and then we'll go through the process. Is we'll be in a centered state, and then out in front of you, you will create a piece of that looks like glass that matches the outline, the shape of your body. And then very slowly, you will bring this glass, and you do it slowly, into your being, so it becomes part of you. And we do it slowly because you are, you know, you're working with your ethereal body essentially, but it will impact your physical body as well. So we do it relatively slowly and have fun with it. So let's go ahead and do it, because it's fun. And I said, this is my favorite one. It may not be yours, but we'll just start with that and go from there. So go in behind the center of your head, the control tower, looking straight out. Re-energize your grounding cord if necessary. Check your energies running. And that you feel very grounded. Now looking out let's go about 12 inches out. I want you now to create a piece of glass. And I like mine to be about 3 inches thick. Yours can be whatever number or thickness feels appropriate for you. And this is clear, crystal clear glass. But it's not glass per se. This is the equalizing word I'm trying to use. But we are going to create this piece of glass. It's the outline of our body, from head to toe, top to bottom, front to back. So it really is going to fit perfectly with our shape and with our person. And then as soon as you have the image of this body of glass, I want you to reach out with your hands, either physically or energetically, and very slowly. This is not a rapid, like a bubble. Bubbles are very rapid. This is a slow process where you very gently want to bring this piece of glass forward toward your body, just very slowly, until you begin to make contact with your energy. You bring it in and bring it into your system, to the center. And just take your time with it and settle into it. Let it settle into you, and get comfortable around it. As I pull my body of glass, I can even feel myself kind of adjusting to sort of feel the energy in my system and make sure. It's almost like when you're putting on, if you were to put on a bodysuit and you're trying to have it fit just right, just so in all the places. And then when it's in my body, I immediately feel very cold. That's how it feels to me. But I also feel very invisible and cold and invisible. So just sit with that for a moment and let yourself begin to adjust to that and begin to acknowledge for yourself what it feels like to you. I'm just going to be quiet for a minute. And I would say I have used body of glass truly when I have not want to be seen. You know, some people, I'm not saying I'm one of these, but some people, people automatically gravitate toward them, or, you know, you have a personality where people want to come up and talk to you all the time, or if you're at a party and you're not in the party mood, you can use it for very practical purposes like that. If you actually want to be the wallflower, go ahead and use this tool. But it's great, especially if you're going to be working with entities, and especially if you're going to be doing mediumship. Okay.